Hey, how you going? I'm Sharon Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're still in the Red Journal, and I've been thinking a lot about my environment and what grounds me, where I feel good, because I've had a bit of a down couple of weeks, caught a bit of a flu, and just when we are a bit down, it's sometimes a little bit challenging to pull ourselves up, which is what the Red Journal is all about. It's about us having a place, a tool where we can just go to or remind ourselves of the things that make us feel good. And so for me, it is trees, rocks, the beach, sitting on the grass, lying looking at the clouds. I actually got very fascinated with clouds when I started painting, and I don't know if I really noticed them before that, but now I just love lying watching clouds. So it's about the smaller things in life that just put a smile on our face. And when we're struggling to put a smile on our face, we also struggle to remember those small things. So that's what it's all about. So this week I have done a image in for my environment, and it's a scene with very basic trees, landscape scene. And again, that's what this is all about, is just to get you drawing. You don't need a lot of skill. In fact, you don't need any skill. All you need is to take 10-15 minutes a day and practice, and you can do these just as easy as I do. So come along and join us and see how you go. I'm going to start my rural scene with, I'm using a green watercolour pencil, mainly because it's going to be mainly green. So I'm going to put in my horizon line, and in this picture I'm going to have a bit of a hill and a bit of a road around. I might put down here, down in the corner, fence post, and some round bales, and I'm going to put a willow tree in, and I'm going to put a couple of poplars, always like poplars, and some big bushy pine tree. We're just going to have trees along a creek through here. And we might put another few round trees here, and then this horizon is going to be all forest, so it'll be all loose. So that's all I'm going to do there. We're going to ink it, and then we're going to put some colour on it. So I think I'll start down in the bottom corner with my fence post, and I'm wanting to put this in because it gives a little dimension on bringing the scene towards us. So it gives us a grounding at the front here, and we'll put a bit of grass around that post. This is actually a favourite scene of mine down in Victoria, so I have, to be honest, drawn it a few times, although each time I've found I've drawn it, it's a little bit different, and of course that's the fun of it too. So I'm going to put in my creek bed here, and I'm going to put a round bale of hay here, and we're going to put more out here. We're just going to scatter them around, so not really a lot of detail in them. They should actually get smaller, so let's make that one a little bit bigger. There's a beautiful willow tree. I love willow trees. They're just one of the most beautifulest trees, I think. Really all I'm doing with this is giving an illusion and some dots. It's very much a doodle, this one. A doodle landscape, just practicing our trees and our creek. And along the creek there's a lot of hawthorn, which just grows wild like a weed, But then they tell me that the willow tree's a weed now too, which I find really sad. This needs to cross over a bit there. Don't quite understand that, but anyway, apparently they choke up the creeks. And what have we got here? We're going to do our poplar. I do like the poplar trees too. They are really cool. We've got a big pine tree. And again, you can see there's really very little detail put into anything. The road sort of runs behind it here, and it comes up, sweeping corner. The hill comes down, and just the loose forest at the top. So, we're going to put some trees along here. And let's just put a little, sort of a barn up here. I might put a few more bales of hay in. And that, I think, will do it. Time to put some colour in. So, now I'm going to throw some colour on. Bit of yellow. We always start with the light first, and I'm going to put that in my poplar trees and in some of my willow and a little bit in these others because it's autumn. I'm going with it's autumn, and we're going to put a little bit on the bank there for the grass. And I'm going to get this ochre colour and put that on next because it's a gravel road, so I want to get that sort of colour in there, and I might, just to give that a little bit more depth if you like, just take a little bit of that out. I'm going to put a little bit of mauve. And just for the fun of it, because that's what it's all about, learning, I'm going to put a little bit of blue in it too. Because I want it to be distinctive. Now I'm going to also use that colour for my bales of hay. And then I'm going to start putting a little bit of green. And again, like you're getting used to with me doing these, I really make it up as I go along. And I hope that you're starting to get the hang of that too and feel confident to just dabble it on. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, everybody's style, but what I love about it so much is that it frees us up and it allows us to paint for the fun of painting instead of having the pressure of creating a masterpiece. I'll put a bit of mauve in this because it's quite a dark pine there. And then I'll put some dark green in, but I've noticed I'm nearly empty on that, so what was I saying? It's about freeing up and doing something purely for the fun of it. There's no other reason. I don't do any of my paintings to sell. I think I've said that before. I have tried that. I didn't like it. It wasn't me. Some artists just love painting for other people. I found it just put too much stress, too much pressure. I wanted to do it my way, and yet I'd be wondering if it was how they wanted. And look, in all honesty, they probably wanted the loose style, and that I do, because that's why they asked for it. But I couldn't do it loose as soon as I had to do it for somebody else. I'd froze and I'd get really tight and just couldn't bring the picture together. So that's why I don't do it. I didn't enjoy it. Whereas I have friends who love it. They absolutely love doing work for other people. So, we're all different, and it's just about finding what our thing is. It's not got anything to do with what anybody else does. We can't compare ourselves to other people because they are them and we're us. And we're all different, and that's what makes us all cool. So, the more we can learn of who are we, what do we like, what is our style, the more fun we can have, the less stress we have, and we can just enjoy whatever it is we're doing. So you can see I'm getting really, really loose here, just having a bit of fun. And we need to put a little bit of dark in our forest. So basically a olive green with a mauve. And we might put a little bit into that one too. And into our hawthorns. And I'd like to get a little bit more, I'd like my willow to stand out a little bit more, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there. Maybe a little bit of orange in it. I know they don't sort of really have orange, although when you do look at them, they do have, different colours in them. I think I'll need to ink it a little bit more when it's dry because I'm looking very flat. So I think we'll just give that a little bit more when we've finished. Put a bit of yellow in here. Some colour on my fence post. Put a little bit of a reddy, rusty colour in with that, which might not work out. Let me just take a little bit of that off. The more you can learn to do this loose freestyle, the more you can then learn to do a more in-depth painting too, because it teaches you to relax, it teaches you to just throw a bit of colour on and be a bit brave. Alright, what else would we like to do? We probably need to ground our trees a little bit with some shadows. So let's say our light's coming this way because we've got our yellow here on the sides. So we need to have a little bit more depth on this side, and we'd probably have a bit more grounding this way. It's the same with these. Blue is a great colour for doing shadows. And also we could go back in with our pen afterwards and do some shadows. Just to finish this off, I'm going to put a red roof building in here. Make the whole shed red, and I'm going to put a little bit of cerulean blue. So there we have it. That is, I think, all I'm really going to do. I think I'll probably put a little bit more ink on it just when it dries. But a very basic landscape with trees, no detail at all, and yet if you look at it you can see there's different styles of trees, and the rest is up to your imagination. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to you joining us in the private Facebook group Creating Vision Journals Together, and see the link below. And also, if you're liking these little videos, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified. Otherwise, keep painting, keep scribbling, keep trying. You'll get better and better, and you know, you only learn if you do it. You can't just watch videos. You've actually got to pick up the pen and the brush, and within a very short time you can do it. It's incredibly quick to learn. So enjoy your week, and I'll catch you next week. Have a good one.